Hello.
Hey, Krista, what's up?
Not much. You?
Not much. Just got home from work, ready to go. And Tad Morose, tell me a little bit about the new album.
Yeah, I think it's our 8th full-length album so far.
Right.
It was done pretty quickly compared to the previous one, Revenant, which took quite some time for us to do. Yeah, we're pretty satisfied with the end result, and yeah, it turned out pretty good, we think.
Right. Yeah, it definitely is. The new album and, the longevity of the band, it's been going quite a long time.
Yeah.
Can you tell me, how does a band stay together that long?
Well, I mean, as you probably know, we changed a lot of band members throughout the years. Pretty much, I mean, we're all just human beings and things change in all our lives. Some people have perhaps left the band due to job obligations because they had to move to another city far away to do work or whatever. And sometimes people just get fed up with not having enough time when they get kids. And I mean, just regular things here in life. So. But I mean, I guess me and Peter, who has been in the band almost as long as I have, we're kind of stubborn bastards, and we really just love doing this. So, I mean, what else would we do? We love it so much, so I mean, we just better stick to it. Nothing better to do.
Cool. Now, tell me about the record label that's putting this CD out.
Yes, Despots Music, a pretty small independent Swedish label run by a couple of young guys. It's very, I mean, they're very good. They're very modern, so to say. I mean, they know how to be a record label in 2015. So, yeah, I think they're pretty good. And it also helps us quite a lot since they're a Swedish label, because it's so much easier to just give the guy who owns the company a snub buzz on the phone and talk in your native language instead of trying to get hold of some important guy or girl at a record company in Germany or something like that.
Right,
so,
you're right.
Yeah, it's just smooth things up pretty much.
Right. Now, touring in Europe, would a goal be to try to make it to the United States?
Yes, it would. I mean, we played there a couple of times 10 years ago or something, and we would really like to get back there and play. I mean, we got a lot of fans over there, so it would really be a dream come true to get the opportunity to come back to USA and play a couple of shows or a tour or whatever. But I mean, it costs a lot of money to go there, and you have all the problems with the visa regulations for European bands to enter USA to play a couple of shows. So it's really hard to try to do that. But I mean, we try as much as we can, and yeah, let's keep our fingers crossed and hope that things fall into place and we get the chance to go there again.
Right. Now, when you play live, how many tracks will be, played live off the new album?
I don't really know. I mean, we've released a couple of albums, as you might know, so it's really hard to pick the songs that we're supposed to play live. I mean, if we play too many new songs, a lot of fans get a little bit disappointed and say that, well, I should play this or that song from the older albums. And I mean, we could go on for hours and hours to play our songs, but I mean, sometimes you get perhaps just a half of an hour on stage, sometimes 45 minutes, sometimes an hour or an hour and a half. And I mean, it's always a struggle trying to pick the songs. And I mean, it's really hard for us. I mean, we don't always like the songs that the fans seems to like. So, and I mean, it really doesn't. I mean, personally, I don't care which songs we play. I like to play all of them. So, I mean, if the fans prefer to hear this or that song, I might as well play that. But I need to know it in advance, so to say. On the tour, we just came home from the European tour we did 2 weeks ago, or 3 or whatever it was. I think we played kind of like four songs on the new album live or something. So.
Right. Now, how's the fans differ from, say, back in the day to now? Is there a big change?
Yeah, they look a lot older.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, I mean, we gotta seem to have the good old fans are still with us, and I mean, we've started getting new fans as well, and yeah, I mean, fans are fans. They look the same in my eyes. So.
Right. is when you play a show and stuff like that, is there any special things you guys ask for on your tour rider, or like backstage you want something special? Is anything like that?
Yeah, actually there is. It's not fancy or any rock star thing or whatever, but to us it's really important to have enough of noon sparkling water on stage and clean towels on stage.
Right.
I mean, it's not really that expensive or hard for a promoter to fix, but it's very rarely that these things work. So yeah, but it's just one of those things that, I mean, we really need to have that on stage because we run around a lot and work our asses off there and we sweat a lot. So yeah, having clean water to drink and clean towel to wipe your sweat off your face and your guitar really helps, so to say.
Right.
And of course, we also like to have enough beer, but there never seemed to be enough beer for us anyway. So.
Never. You know, how does this new album differ from other albums?
Well, you tell me. I don't really know. To me, it's just another typical Tad Morose album.
Right.
I mean, I think it's if you compared this one to the former one, Revenant, I think this one is. I mean, since we got the same lineup on the both of the albums, I think the new one is it's a little bit better. I mean, due to that, we've been playing together with this lineup for a longer period of time now, and I think everybody just getting very comfortable with the role in the band, and yeah, whatever. Right. And then again, I mean, as a band member, I mean, if I didn't think this album was better than the previous one, we wouldn't release it, so to say. Right. No point of releasing a new album if you think before you release it that it's not better than the previous one, then there's no point of releasing it. So.
Same thing. How was the feeling in the studio? Was it calm? Was it, let's hurry up and get this done, or how did it work?
It's pretty much the same for us. I mean, we recorded those two, both Revenant and St. Demonius, we recorded all by ourselves, so to say. And I mean, I recorded all the guitars at my studio, at my house. Ronnie did his vocals in his studio. Peter did the drums in Ronnie's studio. Tommy did the bass at his studio, and some bass tracks he did at the studio, Ronnie's studio. And Kenneth did his guitar solos and stuff at his place. And then we just send files over the internet or bring them on a USB stick or whatever. But it's still kind of like, we're kind of lazy, I think. We think that we got plenty of time and we start working on the album and all of a sudden we're almost run out of time. So it's always kind of a total stress in the end anyway. Right. Because, I mean, you got the record company saying, well, you guys told us that we would have the final master by this or that date. And it's kind of like, oh, it's just a week from now and we're not halfway done. So it's really, but I mean, it's just up to ourselves really that we're kind of lazy bastards. So.
And
we're getting better.
Cool. Who came up with the title?
It's a pretty fun story. Ronnie sang in a band called Steel Attack before he joined Tad Morose. And they had a song called Sanctimonious, spelled differently in one word. I mean, I bet you know what the word is. Yeah. Wow. And one fan of Steel Attack, and he's also a huge Tad Morose fan, asked Ronnie after a show we did with Steel Attack many years ago that, who is this Sanctimonious? And Ronnie was kind of like, well, what do you mean? Who is that? And then we started talking about this and kind of like, well, just change the spelling so it looks more like a name for a saint or whatever. Right. So it really comes from that. It's a play with the word sanctimonious. And we came up with the idea after this fan misheard the lyrics from a Steel Attack song, and we thought, well, it's kind of fit the album and yeah, the atmosphere in the world around us and everything. So yeah, that's where we got the idea for it.
Cool. Now, was there any songs on the new album that were a little difficult to do more than others?
Yeah, I mean, Ronnie he's not only a very good singer, but he's also a very good songwriter and a pretty good guitar player as well. And some of his guitar riffs is almost goddamn impossible to play, I would say. Perhaps that he's more a singer than a guitar player, so he writes very weird stuff, so to say. So I thought that, the opening track, Bow to the Reaper's Blade, and also Black Fire Rising was pretty hard. It's not really that hard to play, but it's got a weird feel in the guitar riff, so it's really hard for me as a guitar player to really nail it, so to say. So I really had to fight to record those guitars. But hey, I mean, I'm fine with that. It's always nice to learn something new. So
right. Now, a big question is, how come everybody, I guess worldwide now, is looking to Sweden always for the new great thing? I mean, the music that's coming out of Sweden, I get emails all the time, all the best music coming out of Sweden, this. I mean, from glam to thrash to rock. What is it?
I don't know. So you're getting fed up with the Swedish bands now, I guess.
Man, everything's good.
Well, I don't know. I have no really good explanation. I mean, it's been like that for always, I would say. I mean, a lot of people like to be artistic and play instruments or draw paintings or whatever. Perhaps Swedish people are creative people or something. I don't know. I mean, we also produce quite a lot of very good hockey players,
right.
so to say.
Right, definitely.
And I mean, Sweden, I mean, how many people live here? 9 million.
Right.
I mean, there's people living in New York City. And still we're a lot of creative people here, I would say.
Yeah, maybe that, you guys finally broke out of the mold and, are kicking the world in the ass now, so...
yeah, perhaps. And I mean, you get one shot at life and you better take care of it and have as great time as you possibly can. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, why doesn't America produce more heavy metal bands? So to say.
Well, they need to, because the music over here sucks, So, everything's like hip hop and like electronic, and I hate it.
Yeah, me too. But I mean, you got quite a few very good bands as well. So,
right.
Yeah.
But it's not like it used to be. Not at all.
Perhaps not, but still very good music. And I think mostly my personal taste is, I mean, of course, I'm still listening to every band that I grew up listening to, all the Judas Priest, Black Sabbath, and Iron Maiden, and Accept, and whatever. But also a huge amount of the music that I like and listen to are actually American standard heavy metal bands. I mean, like Sabotage, Metal Church, Nevermore, Sanctuary. I mean, it could go, Vicious Rumors can go forever. I mean, that's really my type of heavy metal, so to say. So.
Right. And mine is Swedish. I love a band called Crash Diet, Crazy Licks. I love Chris Laney, who's a great producer. I could go on, and like all my favorite bands, like metal or glam or rock or whatever you want to call it, is always coming out of Sweden, and it's just amazing. And Christer, it's a pleasure to talk to you. And I really enjoyed the CD and stuff like that. I really hope you get to come to the United States to play some tunes for us and stuff like that. Would you like to say anything to the fans before we end?
Yeah, hope you like the album, and when you listen to it, to turn up the volume, because it's supposed to be played loud. And hope to see you on tour.
Thanks a lot, man. I appreciate it.
Oh, thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.